AM 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate. And now, here are your hosts, Sherry Brown and Tom Lucas.
Well, close, but no cigar. It's Tom Lucas. I see Bill Macklem here. Good to see you again, Bill.
Good morning.
Yeah, but Sherry's not here.
Yeah, like where did she go?
I think she went to Prince George.
No.
And if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise and the telephone company's working, we should be hearing from her a little later on in the program.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be good. We talked to her about prices in Prince George. In case anybody wants to move up to Prince George.
I have a cousin that lives in Prince George.
You do?
Yeah, cousin Howard. Howard and his wife.
They might be listening today.
They might be listening.
So while Sherry is away, we have a very special guest co-host in the studio with us.
Who's that?
Now, you've known this lady for many years.
Yes. I was just a child when I first met her.
Yes, you were, and so is she. Her name is Christina Watts. How are you, Christina?
Good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to have you on the program. This is your first time doing this.
It's my very first time.
How do you like it so far?
Well, I think it's just wonderful.
Okay, because we're 30 seconds into it now.
30 seconds into it, and I'm here with Bill and Tom, and we're having way too much fun.
We're going to have even more fun. We've got Paul Dembski producing the show. Now, Paul,
yes.
as you know,
Mrs. Paul Dembski now.
Mrs. Paul Dembski is not here. She's out camping with the dog, but Paul is here, and it's good to see you back. Congratulations on the wedding.
Thank you.
We could have saved you a whole lot of money.
Could have saved you some dough. You could have bought yourself a house, but
We got a realtor here. I got a mortgage broker. We could have bought you the house with all the money, and you could have the party in the basement.
But remember what he said. The birth of the first child will be on the show. So
That's right, too.
what more could you ask for?
I'm not bringing
boy.
the camera, though.
No. It's a great weekend. Victoria Day weekend, too, by the way.
Do you notice the sun's out?
I noticed that. And as you know, on the show, we play little snippets of songs, right?
Yes.
Today, it's all focused on Victoria Day.
Really?
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria.
God love her. God rest her soul.
Never met her.
That's not what she said. It's Radio Real Estate, 2 minutes after 10 o'clock now. Bill Macklem, who is president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, is here with your weekly mortgage rate update in just a few minutes.
And Bill will also answer your mortgage question of the week.
Later in the week, I'm going to be talking about the CHIP Home Income Plan. This is interesting, particularly what's going on out there with the new deficiency reports that a lot of the strata people are looking at.
That'll be interesting
Yes.
because somebody could be getting a big whack.
Ooh.
And Finn Jansen, our radio real estate handyman, says, beware when keeping your doors and windows open this spring and summer.
We do that. We open the doors and the windows and we just turn a blind eye.
And what happens then, Tom?
Well, then we probably have somebody in the rec room that we didn't want to have in the rec room. Right?
Could be a raccoon.
It could be Rocky the Raccoon. We'll be talking about improving our curb appeal with our very special guest this morning, Desmond Brown. Desmond is with Royal LePage and Canadian Tire in Toronto, so we're looking forward to that.
And also, we're going to have Andrea Jock bringing us up to date on the Tri-Cities market.
And Sean Ingram, who is, filling in for Judith and Scott today. He is the Director of Business Development at First Service Residential, North America's residential property management leader. He's going to be talking to us about the Strata Property Act, which will kind of maybe tie into what you're talking about.
That's next how you work that in.
Well, it just happens sometimes.
Strata Property Act's very interesting, as well as Donna Smoot of Remax Masters Realty in West Vancouver. She's going to chat with us about the North Shore markets.
And we'll also be talking about Delta Rise, the tallest condo tower on its way to North Delta. We'll be chatting with the sales manager, Mick Lutz, out there.
And now it's 10:04, and you are listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Now, you see, you're doing such a great job.
Well, I try.
How long have you been doing real estate?
24 years.
I tell you what, if it doesn't work out, you got a new career in broadcasting.
Oh, thank God for you, Tom.
Oh, okay.
I'm always looking for options.
On any given day, this could be a good idea.
You just
Could
never
be
know.
a good idea, Bill.
Time now for our weekly mortgage rate update with Bill Macklem. He is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. How's the money situation looking?
Money is looking very well. There's still some rumors out there, and the crystal ball is really foggy, but there's still some rumors out there that we could be looking at a drop in the prime. That could happen, but what we're looking at right now is we're still looking at a 2.45 variable rate. I mean, we all heard about the 199 special rate for investors group, but that's not really available to everybody, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. When we've heard some people on different sources of how that money is not really quite available to the regular rank and file of us.
True enough.
But the 5-year rate is down to 2.99. That's a really great rate. So you got that, and more lenders are going down to the 2.99. So we've got some major lenders that are down to 2.99. We're Whereas when we talked about it 2 weeks ago, some people were doing 2.9, but most of them are at the 3.05 or the 3.09, and now it seems like more and more are coming down the 2.99 rate.
It's fantastic. Do you know what? We've got a question this week from Roger Miller in Surrey, and Roger would like to know. He's got an existing mortgage, great first mortgage at an excellent rate, and he also has a second mortgage with another lender at a slightly higher rate. He would like to know, as he has enough equity in his home to cover both mortgages, is it possible to combine the two into one with the awesome rate of his very first mortgage?
Thanks, Christine. That's a bit of a complicated question there, Roger. And I guess I should ask him, does he sing as well?
It's the same guy.
It's the same guy. Okay.
Chug-a-lug.
Well, it's a long weekend.
How about this one? You can't roller skate in the buffalo herd.
Folks, they
Really?
hear all week, those two.
Yeah, we're here for you all week.
Exactly. But that's a great question. So what happens with a first mortgage like that is that depending on the lender that you're with, they'll allow you to do what they almost call a global limit. So they'll take the mortgage you already have on your property, and they'll put it into this global limit, and then add this other mortgage into it. Now, the other mortgage will not be at the same rate if you've had this first mortgage for some time. For example, I have a client right now that has a variable rate from 2011 or 10, and we had a 0.85 off the prime, so they're at 2.15, which is a really great rate. And now they wanted to add another mortgage because they had a second mortgage which was at 11% because they needed something for some maintenance on the property, and now they want to put that into the same mortgage. Well, we can put that into the same mortgage package, but they're not going to get that same mortgage rate. They're going to be the current best variable rate, which is a 2.5. So they're not going to be paying the 10 and 11% anymore, but they're not going to get down as low as the 2.15, which is the 85 off the prime. So there is some flexibility there, but it's not quite as attractive as what he's saying here in terms of trying to get both at the same glorious rate. That's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I think you have expertise beyond belief, and you made it very understandable for people like myself as well.
Oh, great.
So, for expert mortgage information, please go online and visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y. mac.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Now, you've been practicing a bit because that Billy with an I, not a Y, can be kind of confusing.
It sure is.
But you did a great job.
Thank you very much.
All right. And thank you for being here. Appreciate your company.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Came all the way from Tawasin for this.
Well,
Really? Did
by
you
plane.
have to take a ferry to get here from there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's a new bridge coming, boys.
I heard
From
10
Tawasin to
lanes.
here?
Yeah, all
Oh,
the
for
way.
God's sake.
10 lanes.
In the next segment of our program, we'll talk about improving our curb appeal of our wonderful little homes of our very special guest, Desmond Brown. Desmond's with Royal LePage and Canadian Tire in Toronto. And you have some news about Toronto. We'll share that with Desmond.
Yes, interesting little tidbit on the market.
Good. Also, what's coming up?
We'll take a look at the Tri-Cities market with Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with our guest co-host, Christina Watts of Remax Real Estate Services, Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, and our producer this morning is Paul Densky, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Hi, this is Rima with the Delta Rise, Delta's tallest tower at 37 stories and great floor plans of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Are you renting? Why rent when you can own? Delta Rise is offering pre-construction pricing. Come out and take advantage now before our Experience Center closes this fall. For more information, visit us at the corner of Scott Road and 80th Avenue or online at deltarise.ca. Come find out what all the hype is about. It's why we call it 37 stories of wow.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
More than a third of Canadians plan to renovate or build this year. How many do you think get fair market value for their work?
Fair Trade Works introduces third-party construction advocacy to ensure homeowners are guaranteed quality and ensuring fixed costs at fair market value.
Our consultation and tendering process is free. Don't build without talking to us first.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
This is Donna Smoot of Remax Masters Realty in West Vancouver. I've lived here all my life and know this is a great place for you to live too. The North Shore offers everything. spectacular mountain, ocean, and city views, apartments starting from $350,000 and up, and homes starting from $950,000 and up. When you are ready to buy or sell on the North Shore, give me a call at 604-803-0931 or visit my website at smoodrealestate.com. SMOOD. It's all about you.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem. In these busy and hectic times with family and business responsibilities, it is difficult to find the time to sit down with your mortgage broker and discuss all your mortgage options. I'm available to meet with you at your place of work, your home, our office, or at a place convenient for you. Please give me a call at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
Vancouver weather.
Well, now for the long holiday weekend, it'll be cloudy with a 40% chance of showers this afternoon. Well, how about tomorrow and holiday Monday, William?
Well, on Sunday, the high is going to be 18, cloudy with a 60% chance of showers. And Monday, the holiday Monday, is going to be cloudy with a 60% chance of showers and a high of 18.
Bill,
as well.
this is no laughing matter.
I'm not crying.
Holy cow. 15 degrees right now on the Radio Real Estate Show.
AM 650.
Now, when we played that first, was it Rule Britannia? I noticed that you, Christina, and Bill were standing at attention. That was a nice touch for Victoria Day. And then into the Kings. Victoria was
we're
my
Empire
queen.
loyalists, so we understand this.
I remember learning about them in school.
Yeah, they're the people that didn't leave Canada.
The ones didn't leave?
Didn't leave.
That was back in history.
That was way back.
See, we had Expo 86 out here a long time ago, back in 1986. Lots of people came for the fair and didn't go home.
I've seen some of those people.
That's okay, too, because they all need to buy homes and they all need mortgages. So there you are.
Absolutely. And that was the start of the new Vancouver.
The new Vancouver.
Yes.
I kind of like the old one, but that's okay. I'll be with you.
I'm sure the people that were first settled here back in the 1700s said the same thing.
I'm sure they did, too. That was your grandmother, wasn't it?
It's actually my mom.
Just kidding.
She's still here.
Well, we're going to be talking about adding a curb appeal to your home. Now, you might have that home up for sale, or you just might want to make the old homestead look a little bit better. And we have a gentleman. My God, this guy has done so much. So much. He's been on television. He's sold real estate. He does some ambassadorial work for Canadian Tire. His name is Desmond Brown, and I do believe we have him on the line right now. Desmond, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you for doing this. I appreciate your company this morning.
Oh, it's my pleasure. How's the weather out there in Vancouver?
Should we tell him? It's sunny.
It's sunny right now.
Yeah, but it's still morning, you know. How's your weather in Toronto?
I still have my snow tires on my car.
Come west, young man.
Are you serious?
I do. I just haven't had a chance to get in there to get them changed. But it's a little chilly this morning. It's only 12 degrees out here and a little overcast. So, oh well, we're getting through it.
Now, Desmond, I want to give you your website because I want people who are listening to the program to go to your website. It's desmondbrown.ca, desmondbrown.ca. I went to your website, Desmond. Great website, too, by the way. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
But the other thing is, I noticed your picture on there, and my God, you look a lot like President Obama.
Oh, I get that once a day. I really do. And you're my first today.
I'm glad to be your first today, but you do. You look like the president, so we're going to treat you with a lot of respect.
Yeah.
For a change. We don't usually do this on the show. Let's get into it. Let's talk about improving one's curb appeal. Where can one start, and do we have to spend a whole lot of money?
No, you don't have to spend a lot of money at all to do things like that to get your house ready. You know, you can, pop in the Canadian Tire, grab some stain or paints for your front porch. You can seal your driveway, things like that, just to make it look a lot fresher. Get rid of all of the stuff in your backyard, on your front porches, on where you're walking up, and just make it look really spacious.
Well, as you know, we have a lot of realtors that listen to this program and call into the program and they're on the program. And we say, too, when they're trying to sell a home, Christina, you tell people to clean up the front yard if it's necessary, right?
Absolutely. Your curb appeal is your very first impression, and you want it to be the best you possibly can. It's kind of like meeting your in-laws for the first time.
Oh,
right?
geez.
You want to be on the ball.
You see that, Desmond? She brings it right down to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, you've been involved with real estate for how many years?
Well, altogether, probably about 16 years. I was 11 years in. Then I chased this dream to be a journalist, and I did that for 11 years with the National Post, Toronto Star, and CTV News, and then I went back to real estate about 4 or 5 years ago. So about 16 years altogether.
So now if you have a brand new listing, you go over, you get the listing, but now you need to tell the people, hey, come on, you want me to sell this place, let's clean it up a little bit. How do you go about doing that without hurting their feelings?
I put a big smile on my face. Well, like most realtors, a lot of the work goes in before we actually get that listing signed. So, I usually consult with my clients up to 2-3 months before on getting the house ready. And, like one of my stagers said to me when I was selling my house, he says, Des, it's not your house anymore. And I think that's the point you have to get across to people, especially in a hot market like Toronto and in Vancouver, where, if you do everything right up front, then the house will sell very quickly. So it's a minimum inconvenience for you, even though it is an inconvenience for you. But we can get this thing done properly if you just listen to what I tell you.
Do you know what, Tom, if I may interject you for just a moment, that is such good advice, because my very dear friend who just sold her house in Toronto was advised by her realtor to stage it and actually just give her the entire week to market it. They actually moved in with the in-laws for the time being because they have a small child, and they had all the showings on the planet, and they dealt with multiple offers on Monday. They listed, I think, something like Wednesday, had this entire phenomenal push to get it under offer, and it works very well. And I think that is very good advice if one can actually go that route.
I'm thinking, Desmond, after the show, what I should do is I should hook you and Christina up, because maybe you could help each other out here.
You never know.
You just never...
Oh yeah, where are you located? Maybe I can. I'd be a little bit farther away here.
You know what? I'm located in a very beautiful place called Tawasin. It is about 30 minutes south of Vancouver. And
I know where it is.
You do.
I've taken the ferry. I had family that lived
there. You go. See, everybody knows about it.
Let me guess, you took the ferry to Victoria?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Yeah. See, all the people from back east come out here and they want to go to Victoria Island. No, Vancouver Island. Victoria's over there, yeah.
My brother lived in Victoria for years.
Well, that's why we're having you on the show, because we knew you had this affinity with us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I've got my heart's on the West Coast. It really is.
That's what I like to hear. I spent time in Hamilton and Ottawa. And have you ever been up to Kirkland Lake? I should ask this story. Have you been to Kirkland Lake?
I've never been to Kirkland Lake, but my condolences for you being in Ottawa.
Well, I thought you were going to say my condolences for being in Kirkland Lake. Kirkland Lake is so far north in Ontario, you go south to North Bay.
Yeah, but just go west to Winnipeg.
Or you just go west to Winnipeg. So people are listening to this program and they're thinking, hey, you guys, come on, I've got this house. I want to sell it. I want to make it look better. What about, you said paint. Is there any sort of paint that you should use and shouldn't use when you're trying to improve your curb appeal? Does color make a difference?
Well, yeah, colors. You got to be neutral with the colors, because, something that you may like is not going to appeal to the general public. So like with anything, like whether it's curb appeal or staging different rooms, you want to be as neutral as possible, so they can come in and just say, oh, it looks great. They won't even know that the color is affecting their choice and being really attractive to the house. But I tell you, if it's a really, really off color, like a red room or something like that, they're going to notice it.
You know what you're saying is so true. We live here in South Surrey. I do, and in the complex we live in, everybody had these pukey-looking green doors. How else can I describe it? And we had a vote, and then we decided to paint them black, and what a difference!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We did that with our house too. We did it like a I think they call it like a pepper brown or something like that. We did all of our doors on the inside like that. It gives it a really nice, classy look. But it really did wonders, because I sold my house within a week after staging it too.
Tell me something else. This is Bill here, Tom. It's going to be Desmond. One of the things I've noticed over the years is that when people want to sell their home as well, they might put something in the oven, like a roast or a chicken or some cookies. Does that work as well as part of the what we call curb appeal?
Well, if the house is a dog, it doesn't matter how it smells.
That's a very good point.
Okay. But one of the, we have all these little tricks, right? A really good one I find is, just some boil some cinnamon, some cinnamon sticks in some water. Boil it on the stove for like an hour before, and just let it smell up the room, and that's really, really nice. Yeah, if you have the time, bake some muffins. Yeah, what the heck, right?
Oh, yeah. And maybe, too, with summer coming on now, maybe you should have a little picture of some fresh lemonade there out the back veranda. What do you think?
Oh, that's really nice. With open houses, you know, like a lot of the agents are very, very creative with their open houses, and you know, they'll serve you know, juice and cookies, lemonade, just for people to come in, spend a little bit of extra time in the house, get a feel for the house, and they're not rushing out. So that's a really nice way of doing it. If the backyard's a great feature, then, you know, have the lemonade out in the back on a table in the backyard. You know, if the kitchen's a great feature, then, you know, have some coffee and cookies in the kitchen.
Now, if somebody does some of these things we've been chatting about this morning, like, you know, painting the door, maybe painting the house, cleaning up the front yard, repairing any cement that needs to be repaired, will that add value to the house? How much do you think that would add value to the home?
Well, it depends. You know, I would say yes. The short answer is yes. It depends on the price range that you're in, but it does help the value. I mean, you don't want people coming in and saying, "Oh gosh, then I've got to spend money on this." So, you know, they start adding things up with their calculator, saying, you know, okay, if I have to do the front here, I've got to put some, you know, I've got to do, you know, the front stairs. I've got to do all these things. If they start if they see that work has to be done, then they start subtracting off the purchase price or the asking price. You know, so if you can eliminate as many things like that as possible, then your house is going to go for top dollar.
Do you know what? I actually think that that's very true. And often your curb appeal just decides and defines whether you're actually going to get an offer or not. I think that, you know, if you have 5 houses you're looking at, which one would you buy? The one that is making you feel the most wanted and invited and all the rest of it, right?
Desmond, let me ask you a question. Are people still flipping homes in Toronto?
If they can find them.
I see.
Yeah, serious. Our market is just nuts right now. We're finding that there are very, very little margins for renovators and builders right now in Toronto because there are a couple of things that are going on. We have a double land transfer tax in the city of Toronto, where we pay one to the province and we pay one to the city of Toronto as well. So a lot of people are saying, okay, I'd rather, instead of paying this double land transfer tax, let's say on $1 million house, that double land transfer tax comes out to approximately $35,000-$40,000 bucks. So a lot of people are saying, okay, what am I going to do is I'd rather put that for $35,000, $40,000, $50,000 bucks into a renovation into my house as a start anyway, and then I'm not going to sell. But they are renovating. Some people are flipping if you can find the right properties to flip. But we're finding that the end users are squeezing the contractors and renovators right out of the market in the most part, because end users are paying top dollar for the property because they're going to stay. They're looking in the long term. And, you know, the margins aren't there for the renovators or contractors anymore.
Desmond, could you give me some advice on how that land transfer tax is calculated? Is there one to the province and one to the city, like you said? Will they do 1% of the first 200,000 or?
Yeah, you know, I can just tell you. So there was a house I just sold for $1.5 million, and the land transfer tax on the $1.5 million was approximately $50,000. It was about $25,000 to the province, $25,000 to the city of Toronto. And there is a formula. I just don't have it off the top of my head right now. But
sorry about that.
Yeah, if you go to DesmondBrown.ca and under buyers, I have a mortgage calculator there, and it also has the calculation for the land transfer tax. You just put in a purchase price, then you will find it. But that seems to be really hurting our city as far as you know, people wanting to put the houses on the market. We have a real shortage of good product and good neighborhoods in the city of Toronto right now.
Yeah, but you do have a great mayor.
You know, sometimes I really miss being in the media because my last few years in the media, I covered municipal affairs, and I love city politics, and I miss it. With what's going on here, man, do I ever miss it. But I couldn't take the pay cut anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. If some of our listeners are listening right now, they're maybe thinking about you know, making a move to Toronto, they want to get some more information on Toronto, can you give us your cell number and people might give you a call if they're so inclined?
Yeah, for sure. There are two ways. Best ways to reach me are on my cell, which is area code 416-568-1242, or you can email me at des@desmondbrown.ca. That's DES @desmondbrown.ca, or just visit desmondbrown.ca for my website, and there's a way to get in contact with me there as well, and I'll get right back to you.
And once again, the telephone number is 1-416-568-1242, 1-6-5-6-8-1224. And the gentleman's name? No,
242.
2-3.
That's
I'll do it
3-5.
again. Well, when it comes, see, math and numbers were never my strong point. Desmond.
There must be a Freudian slip for the May 2-4 weekend, right?
You think so? 416-568-1242.
That's it, Tom. That's it.
And if you missed it, give me a call, and I'll call him for you, and I'll pay for the call. And your email address is des@desmondbrown.ca, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Man, I want to thank you for taking time, number one, to be on the show, number two, for putting up with me.
Oh, I heard so much about you. I was wondering how this was going to go, but you guys feel free to call me anytime. Anytime.
Yeah, you say it, but he's talking to the listeners now. He's not talking to me personally.
Exactly.
Yeah. Desmond, you have a great weekend. I trust that it's a long weekend there in Toronto too.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
It's a long weekend here. Yeah.
Do they have the same holidays as we have?
Some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they have Ford Day, but that's a different deal. But listen to our show online. If you go to radiorealestateshow.ca, you can listen to the rest of the show. We'll be playing some songs about some queens. Hopefully Victoria. Okay. Desmond, thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah, my pleasure. All the best out there.
Great guy. Yeah, Desmond Brown is the gentleman's name. He's a realtor with Royal LePage in Toronto. And if you want to email him, it's des@desmondbrown.ca. His website is desmondbrown.ca. That stands to reason. And his telephone number, 416-568-1242. All right. 26 minutes after 10 o'clock, it's the Radio Real Estate Show. At the beginning of the program this morning, we said that Sherry might be on the line from PG, Prince George. Parental guidance is recommended. You've landed? You're okay?
I have landed, and I'm okay.
Did you have a good flight up?
I had a great flight. It's a very quick flight to Prince George here at 55 minutes. And I am here now, and it's beautiful and sunny.
Well, you're missing some sunshine down here for a change. It's a nice day.
Oh, that's too bad.
And your friend Christina Watts is filling in for you. She's doing a great job. She's keeping keeping your microphone warm. So,
excellent.
Now, have you had a chance? I guess you haven't. Your airplane must have just landed a little while ago, eh?
My airplane landed about 20 minutes ago, and I do have some listings up here.
Great. That's what I was going to ask you.
It's amazing what you can get in Prince George. The rental market is less than 1%, so it's a great place to invest. And I have a house here that's newly listed. It's in downtown Prince George for $339,900, and this is a 2,800 square foot home that's been fully renovated.
Wow.
And they call this a character home, and it was built in 1953.
Big difference in prices.
Huge difference in price. You couldn't find that in the Lower Mainland at all. And I know I was talking with a realtor earlier, and she sold a listing 2-bedroom condo for $150,000.
Wow.
It'd be so much easier to go and see Bill Malcolm selling his $150,000 instead of $775,000.
Just George.
Right.
Prince George, yeah.
No kidding.
That's right. So it's definitely and it's amazing because the rents are pretty much the same as in the Lower Mainland. You can't rent the top floor of a house for under around $1,200, $1,000. So it's really great, really great cash flow up here.
Gee, that sounds great.
Do you know, Sherry, were there any seats left for us to come up?
Christina was wondering if there's any reason for us to come up there.
Yeah.
We should pull our dough and go up there.
Absolutely. Can be there by the afternoon.
And as you know, Tom, I've lived here many, many years ago, and there's still golf courses up here. The summers are great. I'm with my sister, and she's taking me out boating this weekend.
Careful.
So there's still lots to do, and skiing in the winter, of course.
Is your sister going to let you wear the life jacket when she takes you out on the lake this year?
Yes, she is.
Well,
She's going to make me wear one, I think.
If she doesn't, you'll report back to us, won't you?
That's right.
All right. Well, listen, thank you for taking time, and thank you for thinking of us. You'll be back next week, and we look forward to seeing you then. Have a wonderful holiday, and say hi to Sis for us.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Christina, for filling in today.
My pleasure, Sherry. Have a good time.
Bye.
See you next week.
Have a good one,
Thanks. There she goes. She's on vacation. How come she gets a vacation and we don't, huh?
Something wrong with that.
Crazy. 29 minutes after 10 o'clock on the Radio Real Estate Show, and it's time now to chat about the real estate in the Tri-Cities with our Tri-Cities expert. Her name is Andrea Jock, and she's with Keller Williams Elite Realty. She's on the line. Yes? Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, Christina. Hey, Bill.
Happy Victoria Day weekend to you.
Thank you. Same to everybody.
I know it's a long weekend for some people, but people in radio and people in the world of real estate will probably be working this weekend, right?
Absolutely. Working hard. It's definitely a very busy market right now.
We're into the month of May. How have things been out in the Tri-Cities?
Things have been great in the Tri-Cities. Today I have a beautiful new listing to feature in the Whistler-inspired Whisper Creek by Quality Builder Moscone. This luxury home features a superior finishing package with solid fir beam entry, a stunning open great room with gorgeous natural rock wall fireplace, beautiful hardwood flooring, a full trim package, and a gourmet kitchen with a large island and high-end colored fixtures and faucets. Step outside the kitchen and relax in your beautiful, private, resort-like backyard. The owner has spent over $10,000 in landscape upgrades, and downstairs features a one-bedroom in-law suite, perfect for your family, and there's lots of parking at the rear with lane access. All this just listed for only $738,800. Call today for your private viewing. Talk to everyone next week, and wishing everybody a happy Victoria Day long weekend. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
Whether you're buying or selling in the Tri-Cities, call Andrea Jock at 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124, or visit pgmre.com.
Thank you so much. In the next segment of the program, we'll be joined by Sean Ingram. Sean is the Director of Business Development at First Service Residential, North America's leading property management company. And this morning, Sean will talk to us about the Strata Property Act.
And Tom will be speaking with Mick Lutz, the sales manager at the Delta Rise.
Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. It's Tom Lucas with our guest co-host, Christina Watts of Remax Real Estate Services, Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, and our producer is Paul Dembski, and you are listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Hello, I'm Judith Harris, General Manager of First Service Residential. If we have the privilege to manage your individual investment home or condo, we use the utmost care and integrity in selecting and screening a tenant for your investment. We'll verify the occupation, income, references, and previous landlords of any prospective tenants to ensure your asset is protected and in good hands. If this is a pet-friendly home, we screen the pet as well. Our in-house licensed rental agents are a team committed to excellence in finding the best and most suitable tenant for every one of your properties. Please visit us at fsresidential.com.
Hi, this is Rima with Delta Rise, Delta's tallest tower at 37 stories and great floor plans of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Are you renting? Why rent when you can own? Delta Rise is offering pre-construction pricing. Come out and take advantage now before our Experience Center closes soon. For more information, visit us at the corner of Scott Road and 80th Avenue or online at deltarise.ca. Come find out what all the hype is about. It's why we call it 37 stories of wow.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
There's a big difference between what contractors feel they should charge and the real price of labour and materials. We're proud to introduce a new system to drive quality, promote transparency in housing costs, and save you money.
Fair Trade Works' new system provides wholesale pricing on materials and pre-vetted labor, access to budgeted designers, and more. Details at fairtradeworks.biz.
We deliver on quality, we deliver on price.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
Hi, this is Bill Macklin of Dominion Macklin Mortgages. Over the past 25 years, I have found most home purchasers do not use a mortgage broker. We are a no-charge professional who have assisted over 5,000 home buyers finance their home. The exciting part is these same home buyers come back to us for refinancing, buying their next property, or lowering their current payments. Call us at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
AM 650. Go, 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 little Queenie. Go, 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 little Queenie. Go, 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 little Queenie.
I noticed Bill Macklin was doing the duck walk to that, too. And Chuck Berry, and go, 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 little
I
Queenie.
used to do the mashed potato. Remember that?
Did you? I remember that.
Remember the mashed
Let's see you do
potatoes?
the mashed potatoes. It's radio, it doesn't matter.
Can you hear my heels?
Nice. Those are Cuban heels, aren't they? We call him, he's the Ricky Ricardo of the Radio Real Estate Show. So today we are featuring songs about Victoria Day, and I figured, Victoria was a queen.
Yes.
So we played Little Queenie.
I think that's wonderful.
Sometimes you have to stretch it a little bit, but there you go. It's Radio Real Estate. 10:34 is the time, and time now to find out what's going on at the biggest thing making its way to North Delta. As we say good morning to Mick Lutz. Mick is the sales manager over at the Delta Rise. Mick, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. How are you today?
I'm good. It's a long holiday weekend. As you know, I'm working. Friends around me here at the radio station are working, and of course, you're working over there at Delta Rise.
Rarely a day off around here, Tom.
You're open 7 days a week, I take it.
That's correct.
Now, last week we talked about where you are, and again, let's tell people where you are.
We're located on the corner of Scott Road and 80th Avenue in North Delta.
So you're pretty easy to find.
Very easy to find. Big signage up everywhere. You can't miss us. Right between the Remax building and the medical building.
Now, you're in a wonderful location. You're close to everything. You've got school. You've got transportation. Let's talk today about finishes. Let's talk about finishing at Delta Rise. People come in to see you. What can they expect to find?
The flooring is high-quality laminate. It's a light commercial grade. The carpet is the toughest man-made product there is. It's a hard-wearing nylon with a Scotch Guard type finish. The appliances are all KitchenAid and Maytag, really top-of-the-line stuff there. All the appliances are full-size. They're not the smaller 18-inch apartment size. These are full-size appliances.
Let me be the devil's advocate for just 1 minute, Mick. Somebody comes to see you, they say, whoa, what a wonderful place this Delta Rise is. I heard Mick and Tom talking about the appliances on the air, the finishings. Is this an upgrade or is this optional? Is it standard?
Oh, these are standards throughout. There's no downgrading in these. These are all upgraded from the start. You get the top-notch product from the beginning.
Is there anything anybody would need when it comes to appliances or carpeting or flooring to upgrade to?
No, there's not really. These come with all the window coverings, all the interior built-in storage, all the appliances.
So what we're looking at then is something that's move-inable, ready to move into.
Absolutely right. Just move in, bring your luggage, and you're good to go.
We talked last week about maybe young families moving in. What about some other people?
These floor plans are set up for a very broad spectrum of people. Got the downsizers. We're seeing a lot of those folks moving in. The price points on these are very attainable for the first-time home buyer, single-parent families, even people on a tight budget.
So you're very easy to find. Let's tell people how to get there. If you go down Scott Road, which is 120th, you get to 80th?
You get to 80th. If you're heading south, you would turn right, which would be west, and we're just on the right-hand side, loads of parking in the rear.
And if somebody would like to get a hold of you this afternoon, can they give you a call?
I'm very available today, as are my colleagues. You can reach us at 604-594-7473, or if you want to drop us a line via email, deltarise.ca.
And that's how they can get to your website as well, right?
Indeed it is.
You have a happy weekend. Say hello to everybody that comes through the premises today, and we'll talk with you again next week.
And happy Victoria Day to all the listeners out there.
And you too. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Tom.
To get more information on Delta Rise, call 604-594-7473 or visit deltarise.ca.
It's Radio Real Estate. 10:37 is the time. Our guest co-host this morning is Christina Walks of Remax Real Estate Services. And her office is easy to find. Go
Really?
to 41st in Canby, right?
Really?
Well, I'll make this even easier. Just think shopping, Oak Ridge Shopping Center. On the
She's
fourth
such a
floor.
girly girl, isn't she?
Oh.
Let's go shopping.
Did
Let's
you
go.
realize that the Oak Ridge Shopping Center used to be an open-air shopping center?
I do remember that.
And they didn't have any...
Yes.
And because we live in a rainforest, people were not shopping in the rain, so they decided to enclose it, and that's why it's the successful shopping center it is today.
And way back when you're talking about the area being an open mall, open air mall, all the women that shopped there all had blue hair.
Really?
I thought it was something.
Something in the water?
In the water, yeah. But apparently, no, they came down from Kerrisdale. And back then, they all had blue hair. Sorry, Grandma. It's 10:38. That's our time. I'm talking about my grandma now. Yes. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about property management right now with Sean Ingram. He is the Business Development Manager at First Service Residential, North America's residential property management leader. We've got him on the line. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Tom. Today we continue our Strata 101 educational series to talk about the two main pieces of legislation that govern the strata property management industry, those being the Real Estate Service Act and the Strata Property Act. British Columbia is unique from other provinces because as of 2006, strata managers are required to be licensed under the Real Estate Council of BC. The council is a provincial regulatory agency whose goal is to protect the public interest by enforcing licensing requirements and the conduct of licensees as outlined in the Real Estate Service Act. The Council also enforces entry qualifications, investigates complaints against licensees, and imposes disciplinary sanctions. Some other provinces are looking at changing to a system similar to ours. Ontario is already holding a public review on implementing new licensing requirements for their property managers. It It's important to make sure your strata management company is in good standing with the Real Estate Council. Their website, recbc.ca, is a useful tool for those interested in learning more about the strata management licensing and news. While the Real Estate Service Act deals with the requirements of licensing and how licensees engage their clients, the Strata Property Act is the primary piece of legislation that governs how your strata corporation may function. The Act is also what guides strata management companies in what they are legally allowed to do while serving and advising clients. Specifically, the Strata Property Act includes regulations and requirements for strata corporations. The Act outlines a number of important topics, including the process of creating strata corporations, insurance requirements, governance of the strata by the elected strata council, operating funds, contingency reserve fund requirements, depreciation reports, and much more. The Strata Property Act also includes standard bylaws and rules for strata corporations. These standard bylaws are often amended by the developer during the creation of the strata or are changed by the owners at a general meeting to reflect the unique needs of the property and its ownership. Your strata management company should be involved in advising on particular bylaw changes as they have the experience to make sure the bylaws are well suited for your strata. It's important to understand that as a strata management company, we must adhere to the Strata Property Act. The Act requires strata managers to take direction from the Strata Council and carry out their instructions. This means all the actions we take as a management company are directed by your Strata Council and must be completed in accordance with the Strata Property Act. Take, for example, bylaw contravention. Under the Strata Property Act, the Strata Council may choose to impose a fine on an owner who has violated a bylaw. As the management company, we issue and collect these fines as directed by the Strata Council, and we ensure that they are done in accordance with the Strata Property Act. Sometimes residents misinterpret the situation and feel the fines are imposed by the management company. Overall, the Strata Property Act continues to be developed with new amendments to reflect the continuing changes in the needs of strata corporations and owners in BC. Make sure your strata management keeps you updated on important amendments as they may directly impact you. Next week, Scott will be back to continue our Strata 101 talk. This is Sean Ingram for Radio Real Estate.
If you have any questions about property management or if you would like to book an appointment with First Service Residential, call 604-683-8900, 604-683-8900, or visit www.fsresidential.com.
FSresidential.com. You betcha. 1042. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. Bill Macklem is here. I'm Tom Lucas. Our producer is Paul Dembski. And our guest host, in case you recognize this voice, it's none other, ladies and gentlemen, than the star herself. The diva of real estate, if I may call you Ms. Diva.
You may.
Really? Christina Watts, yes.
I've never been called that before, so
Do you like
I have
it?
to adjust to that mentally, emotionally.
It's with love.
It's with love.
It's
I
with
feel
love.
it.
Yeah.
I feel it. Thank
Just
you,
move
Tom.
that crown a little bit over to the left.
Well,
It's
it is
kind of-
Victoria Day,
Oh,
and I'm
exactly.
just standing in. I'm a little taller.
Oh, is that why you wore the crown?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think you put it there. I didn't.
I'm having fun having you here. Are you having fun being here?
I'm having total fun considering I've never done this before.
Well, no, but you're doing a great job because when I called her about a week and a half ago and I said, would you be interested in doing this? And you said, sure. What do you want me to do?
Anything for a friend?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a song there.
It's great to hang out with Bill, too, who I never get to
And
see
Bill,
often
too,
enough,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So people are looking for real estate in Metro Vancouver, and you do handle some higher priced homes, some luxury homes.
Yes, I do.
What's big on the luxury market these days?
Do you know what? I think big on a luxury market in different areas would be, if you want to touch on Vancouver for a second, I think that the condo market has come back with a vengeance. And I think anything that's like a really nice penthouse with the view, people who can afford pretty well anything they want, they'll be looking at about 2,000 to 3,000 square feet for that perfect penthouse. And then actually go and buy or build a beautiful home in West Vancouver. That seems to be a real trend out there right now. Otherwise, beachfronts are still, I think, some of the most desirable things to buy.
And of course, you're not building any more beachfront these days.
Not very many, no.
Well, not yet.
Take
Not
advantage
yet.
of it. And one of the other hot areas that you and I have talked on the telephone before is the Fort Langley area, too.
Fort Langley is a very interesting place. I mean, it's just, it's turning into quite a little touristy attraction, kind of like similar to Steveston, but on a more agricultural level. And, let's not forget a humongous historical background, and their prices are surprisingly high. And their high end is absolutely off the charts. If you have a nice acreage with something really special on it, you're looking upwards of 3 to 5 million very quickly, and not strangely enough, I should say, but interestingly enough, because we've never had it before, beautiful places being built on the Fraser River. They're going to be like astrological.
And trendy shopping, too.
Very, very trendy boutiques.
I guess it maybe Fort Langley took off once the ferry terminal kind of got taken away and they put the bridge in. So therefore, you don't have all that traffic coming through there anymore. So then it created its own atmosphere, or created its own environment. Because I've noticed that, I mean, when you really think about Fort Langley, I wonder how many people that are listening have ever been to the actual fort that's in Fort Langley. There is actually a fort in there.
I've been there years ago.
Yeah.
Has it changed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the Indians and the soldiers have all left.
They have?
Yes, yeah.
It's safe to go.
It's safe to go now.
So now, Christina,
No more
if somebody would like to get a hold of you to talk about real estate or maybe list their home, can they give you a call?
I hope they will.
What's
yes,
your number?
Absolutely delighted. 604-803-8342. That's 604-803-8342.
And you have a great website?
www.christinawatts.com.
Stands to reason, ChristinaWatts.com. Just the way it sounds.
And you know why there's an S in Watts, right?
No.
Well, because there's more of them.
What?
There's just not one Watt. There's three of them, so that's why it's Watts.
I would say what at this point, but my mother always taught me to say pardon me. Yes, okay. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. Coming up in the next segment of our program, Donna Smood of RE/MAX Masters Realty in West Vancouver will be joining us, and she will chat about the day in the life of a North Shore realtor.
And we're going to be talking about the CHIP Home Income Plan. And I would advise most of our listeners, if not all of them, to phone their friends and kind of get them to tune in today to listen to this. I think this is really, really important. I believe it's about 60% of the wealth of Canadians are held by people that are over 55 years of age.
And you say CHIP program, this has nothing to do with the California Highway Patrol.
No, and we're not talking about Old Dutch.
That's a different kind of chip. Oh, okay.
This is Christina Watts of RE/MAX Real Estate Services with Bill Macklem, President of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, our producer Paul Dembski, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Jim Perkins, President and founder of Fair Trade Works.
More than a third of Canadians plan to renovate or build this year. How many do you think get fair market value for their work?
Fair Trade Works introduces third-party construction advocacy to ensure homeowners are guaranteed quality and ensuring fixed costs at fair market value.
Our consultation and tendering process is free. Don't build without talking to us first.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
Hello, I'm Scott Douglas, President of First Service Residential. We're the largest residential property management company in Greater Vancouver. Currently, we manage over 45,000 residences located in over 430 strata buildings throughout the city. Our focus is centered around you, our customer. We know you'll feel the difference. Trust First Service Residential to professionally manage your strata corporation with our focus on customer service. Visit fsresidential.com today to request a proposal.
Hi, this is Rima with the Delta Rise, Delta's tallest and newest tower, rising 37 stories. Delta Rise is known for its accessible location, great outdoor amenities, and smartly designed floor plans. For more information, visit us at the corner of Scott Road and 80th Avenue or online at deltarise.ca. Come find out what all the hype is about. It's why we call it 37 stories of wow.
Donna Smood here from RE/MAX Masters Realty in West Vancouver. You may be getting ready to downsize your home, and this is great because it will give you more quality time to enjoy the lifestyle the North Shore has to offer. Hiking, skiing, golfing, the arts, and fabulous restaurants. For more information on downsizing on the North Shore, call me at 604-803-0931 or visit my website, smoodrealestate.com. That's SMOOD. It's all about you.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. As a successful broker-owner, I have developed a team of mortgage professionals that support me and my clients. If you're confused with all the mortgage chatter of do's and don'ts, my mortgage team is ready to answer your questions to determine the best mortgage for you. Call 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
Vancouver weather.
Well, for the long Victoria Day weekend, it'll be cloudy today, but I'm sure it gets better tomorrow on Holiday Monday, right, Bill?
No, tomorrow looks like it's going to be cloudy, 60% chance of showers, high of 18. Monday, Holiday Monday, it's going to be cloudy. We'll have a 60% chance of showers, a high of 18.
Might as well move to Prince George. Right now, it's 15 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
AM 650.
Yeah, it's the Sign of the Gypsy Queen. I noticed that Christina was grooving to that. Takes you back to the 70s. You went to a couple of rock concerts. Did you at the PNE?
Who hasn't?
Well, that's true, too.
Did we all have fun?
Bill hasn't.
Bill's raising his hand.
No, he's never been
I was
there.
in Winnipeg.
At a John Denver concert.
Yes. Were you there?
No, I wasn't. 10:49, and it's time now to look at the North Shore with Donna Smoot from Remax Masters Realty. Donna, good morning.
Good morning, Tom.
I'm glad I caught you. I don't know if you're going to be out this weekend to knock it on doors, because I know you do an awful lot of that during the week.
Yes, the past 2 weeks I've knocked on an awful lot of doors, approximately 40 a day. It's been very interesting. I've met some of my school friends' parents that still live in their home, and I picked up a new client yesterday. I'm doing a market analysis on her home later this afternoon, and I've met lots of other people that are really curious at the market right now because there's a lot of properties coming on the market, and there's been lots of solds recently, so people are motivated.
Well, Donna, that's really good news, especially for anybody who's thinking about making that move to the North Shore, North or West Vancouver. You had two very, very, very busy open houses last weekend.
Yes, I had a really busy single-family listing on Haywood in West Vancouver, and it was super busy the whole time. And I had a busy open at Folkestone Way, which is a strata townhouse. And last weekend was especially a lot of fun because West Vancouver opened up a new restaurant called the Tutoria in Park Royal, and the owners invited everybody to their opening, and they provided all the liquor and food at no cost. So it was a very busy Friday night at that restaurant.
Is now a good time to put your home on the market if you live on the North Shore?
This is a great time to list your property right now. Buyers are really motivated. Spring is always the best time.
Now, I know that this Monday is a holiday. Will you be working, though?
I could possibly be door knocking.
Not a whole lot of realtors do that anymore. That's kind of the old-fashioned way, but you get to meet people on a one-to-one, face-to-face basis.
If you don't see somebody in person and you don't get to speak to them and see them and get to know them, it's difficult to sell because buying and selling your home, it's very emotional and it's a big purchase and people want to know who they're dealing with.
Well, if you want to get to know Donna, and I think you should if you're thinking about moving to the North Shore, if you already live in the North Shore but would like to make a move in the area, give Donna Smoot a call. We'll give her number in just a second, and you'll be happy to come over and take some great care of them.
I promise I'll take good care of them.
You have a wonderful Victoria Day weekend, and we'll chat with you next week on the show.
Okay. Have a great weekend, Tom. This is Donna Smoot for Radio Real Estate.
To learn more about the North Shore market, call Donna at 604-803-0931. That's 604-803-0931, or visit smoodrealestate.com. That's SMOD realestate.com.
Don't mess with Bill. No. Don't mess with Bill. Don't mess with Bill. Say it one more time. Don't mess with Bill.
Gee whiz, I kind of feel like I'm hosting dance party in here. Bill's grooving, Christina's grooving. Holy cow.
We're on a holiday.
It's a holiday weekend, too. Victoria Day. Don't mess with Bill. If you're looking for real estate, you're looking for money for mortgage, go see Bill. Don't mess around, right?
Absolutely.
Now, before the show, we did chat a little bit about this on the program today. You're going to talk about the CHIP program, not related to the California Highway Patrol, but CHIP. What is this all about?
CHIP is the Home Income Plan, the Canadian Home Income Plan. That's what CHIP stands for, Home Income Plan. Homeowners 55 over can access up to 50% of their current appraised value of their home. That's not bad. And it's tax-free.
Mm-hmm.
There are no restrictions on how the funds can be used. God tells what they're going to be used for. I mean, because obviously, if you're older in life and you have some children, you got to make sure that you're not being coerced to take money out of your home to give to the kids.
Oh, okay.
So you got to kind of let them know what the money's being used for. If you're going to help the kids, let us know. We'll help. We'll just do the same thing. They pay off any loans that are on the property. So therefore, you get no loans on the property. And what will happen is that then you have two options. You can either do an income stream, which means that it's like a line of credit, so you can nibble a little bit of money from your home every month to supplement your income. Mm-hmm. Or you may want to have take out a lump sum and put it into an investment of some sort, make an annuity, so that you have an income stream from that. So some different ways of doing it. This is a really great program for anybody over 55 that likes living where they are, don't want to sell, and allows them to stay where they are. So you might have some people, though, that have talked to you, Christina, and they've sold their home for $1.3, $1.5 million and downsized, and now have bought their new place, whether it's a house or a condo or a townhouse, debt-free, But then they find within a year that, you know what, we don't have any income stream. We don't have any debt, but we don't have enough income we're still young enough to do all the things we want to do.
Yep.
What do we do? Well, this is what you would do. Now, we know there are a couple of properties in the city that have gone through their, what do you call that, the deficiency report?
Right.
And so there's some funds required now on either an annual or a monthly basis to get the property back up to shape. And now they need to get some money for this. And a lot of these people can't afford it because they don't debt service.
Right on.
So the banks can't provide them any money, whereas CHIP program can do that. And this is an important program because let's just say that you have 300 people in your complex or 200 people in your complex or 50 people in your complex, and 5 or 10 of them or 15 or 20 can't afford to make this improvement. If they go to sell it because they got to get out, people that are going to buy are going to find out about the deficiency report, so they're not going to buy, and so now the prices drop. And so now you have a falling market for this particular property, whereas when you use a CHIP program, you maintain your values of the property, and all your property manager will be better off because they can maintain the property. So this is an important program, and we'll probably talk about this a little bit more next time. But I just want to give you a little taste of that.
So before we get off the subject here, a lot of people probably think that the CHIP program were for people that may be in dire straits or economic problems, but that's not the case.
Not the problem at all. I have people that are retired and are coming to me and say, like, we have all this money in our house, and yeah, we certainly want to leave some money to our kids, but at the same time, we want to have a good 5, 10, 15, 20 years because we're still healthy enough to do something. Well, what do we do?
Well, I'll tell you what, for expert mortgage information online by visiting billymac.com, that's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663, that's 604-684-HOME.
In the next segment of our program, Finn Jensen, our radio real estate home handyman, says beware of keeping your doors and windows open.
This is Christina Watts of Remax Real Estate Services with Bill Macklem, President of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, producer Paul Dembski, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Hi, this is Donna Smood of Remax Masters Realty in West Vancouver. I specialize in helping women find their new home, and I also help you get top dollar when selling. Call me at 604-803-0931 and let me put my extensive marketing plan to work for you. For more information, please visit my website, smoodrealestate.com. That's smoodrealestate.com, SMOOD. It's all about you.
Jim Perkins, President and founder of Fair Trade Works.
There's a big difference between what contractors feel they should charge and the real price of labour and materials. We're proud to introduce a new system to drive quality, promote transparency in housing costs, and save you money.
Fair Trade Works' new system provides wholesale pricing on materials and pre-vetted labor, access to budgeted designers, and more. Details at fairtradeworks.biz.
We deliver on quality, we deliver on price.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
Hello, I'm Scott Douglas, President of First Service Residential, the largest strata management company in Greater Vancouver, proudly serving more than 45,000 residences. Speaking directly with our customers, we understand that owners look for strong communication and professional guidance when it comes to managing residences they live in. Our mission at First Service Residential is to deliver exceptional service and solutions that enhance the value of every property and the lifestyle of every owner. Trust First Service Residential to professionally manage your strata corporation. Visit fsresidential.com today to request a proposal.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Most people need advice on mortgage financing. We provide personal financial advice with no vested interest and at no cost. We're compensated by the lenders. We'll review your current financial situation to determine if you are ready to purchase. If not, we'll help develop a plan to put home ownership in your future. For more information, call 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
AM 650. Victoria.
You're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650. Happy Victoria Day weekend, and it's time now for Finn Jensen, our Radio Real Estate home handyman. Finn, good morning.
Good morning, Tom, and good morning, Christina. As the fine weather continues, the temptation is to open more doors and windows to let as much of this fragrant spring air into our homes as we can. No problem. The trick is to keep control over what and whom enters our homes when our backs are turned. Interested folk are always looking for opportunities to do business in used computers and jewelry, and just about anything else they can put under their arms. Our neighborhoods are an endless supply of opportunities for these individuals. So it's up to everyone to mind the store. Don't leave an opening unattended, and direct all expensive garden equipment to areas hard to see from the street. It's also important to keep the garage doors closed when not attended. Many B&Es are committed through them. And most important, protect yourself by conveying the impression of an occupied and secure home. The last thing you need is a visit from a couple of crooks when they thought nobody was at home. This is St. Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
If you have any plumbing or air conditioning work that needs to be done, call Finn Jensen at 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
It's Radio Real Estate on AM 650. Before we go, now, Christina, you've got a great listing to tell us about.
I would love to just quickly mention 1244 49th Street in Tawasin. It's located on an amazing street and beautiful curb appeal. It's your proverbial gorgeous Cape Cod with all the infrastructure replaced. Just awaits your family to move in and make it your own.
Now, if they want to get some more information, they can give you a call.
They can call me at 604-803-8342, 604-803-8342.
And your website is?
ChristinaWatts.com.
That's Christina Watts?
That's Christina Watts for Radio Real Estate.
.com.
Oh, .com. Oh, yeah, I'm such a rookie.
Oh, pro. You did a great job, ChristinaWatts.com.
Oh, dear.
What's her website, Bill?
ChristinaWatts.com.
See, now we know it. Now, Christina, before you come back next time, I want you to work on that so you know, okay?
Okay, Tom.
We're just teasing.
Homework.
We're just teasing. You did a fantastic job. Thank you for doing this today.
Well, thank you for having me on. My pleasure.
ChristinaWatts.com. Bill Macklem, as usual, thank you for being here, my friend.
Hey, buddy, good to see you. Have a
Talk
great
to you
long
next week.
weekend.
Hey, happy
show
Victoria Day
tonight.
weekend. Oh, yeah. But before tonight's show, I've got the Boomer Life show to do with a couple of dear friends. Are you
working that dental thing again?
Yeah. So if you're worried about your smile,
I am.
Well, then tune in. Go to the car and tune in.
Well, I got some clients, so I'm sorry to tell you.
All right, Dr. Bobby Birdie and Dr. Ron Zokel are coming up, and I'm going nowhere. I'll be right here, and you're listening to AM Radio 650 in Vancouver.
The proceeding was a paid program on AM 650.
All-time favorites. AM 650.